So this was a really big game changer for me. This was something that once I understood this, once I started doing this, everything got easier for me. Things started to fall into place, and I was able to start achieving the goals and achieving the things that I was always struggling with or I'd get frustrated with. Now, what I'm talking about is something that if you're ambitious, if you're trying to achieve your personal impossibles, if you're building something, you're following that dream, you've run into this. I'm sure you're running into this even right now, because I run into it all the time. And what it is I get wrapped up a lot of times, even though I know I'm not supposed to, I get wrapped up in the results, because we live in a result-based reality. We live in a result-based society. It's all about how many sales did you make this week? How many people liked your video this week? How well are you doing? And it's all measured by the same thing. It's all measured by this end result, this one measurable result. It's the key performance indicator, KPI they call it. But that's not the only way that you can succeed in life. That's not the only thing that you should be measuring. That's the end result. But when I understood what I'm going to share with you now, when I understood how things really work, and when I started implementing this mindset breakthrough, this cheat code for success that I'm going to share with you, this really important thing, when I started to really implement that and I understood how it worked, everything changed for me. Things got so much easier, and I started to see how I could build momentum and I could build influence and get to that end result, that end goal. That the sales numbers, the impressions numbers, all of those things. I could get there if I followed that. But what I found is a lot of times, even though I know this stuff, I still get frustrated. Sometimes I get wrapped up in the end results. It happened to me recently. And as we're going into what they call the Mercury retrograde, things start to slow down. It's going to take a little bit more time. It's going to be harder to achieve the same results that you were achieving just a week ago, just a few days ago. But knowing what's going on, knowing how things work, and understanding the strategy I'm about to talk to you about, I'm about to share with you, once you understand that, then it's okay. You can kind of let go of the end result in the immediate future. You know what I'm saying? So what it is I started to understand seeding and how you plant the seed and then you let that seed grow. And you don't have to worry about what's happening with that seed. You don't have to tamper with it all the time. You can just leave it alone and let it grow. And that's something that I understood is, I write about it in the book Exertam Actuality. And for those of you that hear that name, Exertam Actuality, what the hell is that? The translation is Matrix Actuality. And it's about living in a construct, living in a matrix, and how you can influence that, and how there's certain rules that apply in our reality that we can manipulate and change. So one of the things I talk about in the book is when you take a pebble, you throw it into a serene lake, a still lake, and that pebble splashes, and you see the splash, and you see the ripples. You can see that's the immediate result of casting that pebble into that still lake, that serene lake. But what you don't see is the disruption that pebble causes as it hits the bed, as it hits the bedrock, and all the things, how it affects the fish, and how it affects the current, and all the things that happen that you can't see that are happening, and it's causing a reaction, and it's bringing a bigger result than what you can actually see. And that's what seeding is all about. When you're posting stuff, when you're getting in front of your potential audience, when you're reaching people that you wouldn't be reaching if you didn't take action and do the thing that you're doing, even if you think they're not watching, even if you think nobody's paying attention, they can discover that 2, 3, 4, or 5 days from now, a week from now, a month from now. When I would go speak before this great disruption, before 2020, when everything was open and everything was happening, I would speak at these clubs all across Ontario. And the people would film it, but also the event planner. At each club, they would film the performance, and then they would put it on YouTube. So people could discover what you were doing even if they weren't there at the event. And I found that was so powerful because I could also talk to people like event planners, podcast people that are looking for guests, and I could say, hey, look, go check out these videos here. This is what I do. See if that's a good fit for your audience and for what you're trying to do. And that's something that's evergreen, or it's everlasting there. As long as that channel is there, they're going to be able to find those performances. That's called seeding. And then when people see that and they relate to what you're doing and it resonates with them, now they're able to act on that. Maybe they invite you to speak at their summit. Maybe they invite you to be a guest on their podcast show. Maybe they invite you to, or they want to work with you and they want to take your trainings or whatever it is that you do. Seeding is a game changer. If you understand that you don't have to get instant results for everything you do, and even the results that you get, it still grows after that. You can get bigger and bigger results after that. You can use videos that you had filmed and you can redistribute those videos. And you can drive people to those videos, video that you did a year ago that maybe not a lot of people seen. It might resonate now and you can start to reignite the momentum from that video just by getting yourself out there and doing things. So once I understood that, it's helped me to get through those struggles and through the hurdles and through the times where it doesn't feel like anything's happening. It doesn't feel like anybody's paying attention. It doesn't feel like anybody cares. And I ran into that just recently, just this week, where I posted some stuff and it just wasn't happening. I guess it won't be this week when I post this, but maybe it'll be this week. But anyways, I posted stuff and it felt like nothing was happening. And I had to remind myself, but remember, seeding is more important sometimes than these instant results. And if I understand seeding, then it's okay that sometimes things don't grab people's attention right away. It just might be that you posted on the wrong time, it's not the right timing, or it's a retrograde like we're going through, this Mercury retrograde. There's many different factors. It might just not be the message that people are looking for at that moment, but you planted that seed. You planted that seed and now that seed is there and it can grow and it can catch momentum and it can start to develop, and something that maybe next month you'll be able to use it. Next month will be the right time, or maybe 2 months from now it'll be the right time. And you can drive people to that and hey, check out this video. Oh, you're having this problem? I just talked about that in a video a couple of months ago. Check it out. That's how that works. That's how seeding works. That's why it's important to post, and sometimes don't even look at the results. Don't worry about if a lot of people watched it or not. It's not that important all the time. It depends on what you're doing, but it's not that important all the time. So that's what I wanted to share with you. Really think about seeding and start to use that and implement that into your strategy to build momentum, because you're going to find that it's going to do wonders for you. And you're going to get results from content that you put out there that you thought nobody was paying attention to, and then you're going to find out, oh, there was a lot of people that were paying attention to it. There was a lot of people that it resonates with. And then it's your job just to kind of drive them to that piece of content and say, hey, you know what, you're having this problem? I did a video about that just a little while ago. Check it out. So that's what I wanted to share with you. Remember, I got workshops coming up. I got a GPS for your success, create the GPS for your success workshop coming up that you can sign up for. And it's a live virtual workshop where we're going to be interactive and going through a lot of steps, talking about the big problems people run into when they're trying to manifest their goals and dreams. We're going to talk about the mindset breakthroughs that have really helped me to achieve my personal impossibles, and also some of the cheat codes that I use to give you the unfair advantage to be able to reach your goals and dreams. I'm going to share all that with you in this live virtual workshop. It's going to be a lot of fun, so make sure that you sign up for that. Don't miss that. And like I said, take what you learn in these videos and put them into action. Implement them right away and start seeing how the results work for you. So that's it for this one. Until next time, you heard?